Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have a 2023 Ram 3500. This has the high output Cummins Night Edition and it's in flame red. And I also have my race trailer. I have a car inside of there. This trailer is about 9,000 pounds, puts about 1,000 pounds of tongue weight on the truck. Now we're not going to be towing today obviously because this is a new truck, but I want to show you some of the towing features like the new mirrors. And I do know that Ram added for 2022 option to be able to add the height for your trailer for the navigation, but I haven't been able to get that to work because I've never had a trailer. So we're going to test that out in this video. And special shout out to Larry H. Miller here in Sandy, Utah. They did allow me to do this video. And yeah, if you need a Ram 3500, holy smokes, that is a beautiful setup there. Woo! This is the window sticker for the truck we're going to be reviewing today. Here's the spec and base prices right there. And here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause it if you want to see more. Starting off, the options is that leather trim bucket seats. And then it continues at the top here. Destination comes in at $1,895 with a total price of $96,025. Now the only thing that I probably would want for this truck is the 360 camera because it does come in handy. Now obviously if you don't have 360, that means you don't have that frontal camera. So you would have it right here in the center of that A. So that's the only option I really would want it on this setup here. But you have the painted bumpers because of the Night Edition. You have this blacked out front grille that's painted on the surrounds. And of course, the blackout gives you the headlights. You get the blackout for the emblems and the wheels. And this also has the Sport Performance hood, which is new for 2023. So when you add all this up, you get a menacing truck up front. I think that Ram kind of took back the title of the best blackout of all time because that hood does make a difference. Like, it looks so mean up front. And tow hooks down below, parking sensors. Ram does it really good. They do hide them like on these plastic pieces on the front, so you don't really even see them. And then off to the side, you have these heat extractors. And then you have 3500 spelled out. Now this is not a functional hood scoop, it is blocked off. But off to the side, as you guys saw, this has the 20-inch wheels. I'm gonna pick on Ram a little bit. They're still using these Firestone Transforce tires. They're not a bad looking tire, but I feel like, from my experience, they do wear out really fast if you are doing a lot of this, especially with a heavier trailer than I have. I have a fifth wheel, and clearly it wears out these tires. But you guys can check out that radius arm there. Solid front axle. Now here's that turbo diesel badge. You can kind of see Cummins spelt in there too. Now here are the mirrors. They have a light for forward lighting there, and then it has a turn signal built in. And then you have a backup assist light here for your trailer. They do heat both of these mirrors too. Someone had asked me that in the comment section, so yes, they do. And then smart key system. And then check out the whole thing. Looks so good. This red looks fire, literally fire. And you have a 31-gallon fuel tank. Hopefully for the next generation of the Ram, they will give us more options. And you have a 5.7-gallon DEF tank. And this truck has air suspension. So the Leaf setup is gonna be a little different. So they do give you, it looks like 3 on this side. But when you look on this side, you have 4. And so it is a little different from if you don't get the air suspension. And obviously with this system, it's really helpful for lifting back up the truck when it does squat. So it keeps the truck pretty much riding level. You can see that airbag a lot better back here. 373 rear axle is standard, and it's the only one available for the single rear wheel trucks. Class 5 receiving hitch. And then here's your 4 and 7 pin. And then here's the camera and light down below. Now, the only issue you're gonna have with these tailgates is obviously you can't open them with your power tongue. So you can turn these to the side if you'd like. I don't really care. I just step in. They do provide this little guy here, which will help getting inside the truck here. You have pretty much full LED taillights. They are blacked out with the night edition. And this one has the 5th wheel prep package. And you have the 4 and 7 pin, and they also give you a inverted power plug back here too. This is how you turn the lights on for the bed, as well as for the top there. Sliding glass. This is a really nice setup, really nice. And then here's the truck in the shade right here too. And by the way, I didn't mention, it does have clearance lights. But let's go ahead and talk about the Cummins here. So who doesn't like a inline 6 diesel? Like, I'm a huge fan because you don't need harmonic balancers, things like that. And I find that this has a better torque curve overall. So with that being said, for 2023, there have been no updates to this engine. So 420 horsepower, 1,075 pound-feet of torque. They were class leading with the torque before Ford decided to take that title back for horsepower and torque. And this has the Eisen AS69RC transmission behind the Cummins. This setup, in my opinion, is the most reliable because they haven't done much changes except to make it better by adding the CP3 back on, which is a fuel pump. And I think that this is a good option for people who need to drive 100,000 miles a year. And if you maintain this setup, you will have no problems. Now, for 2023, because you have the Sport Performance hood, I believe that these are where the heat goes out into those heat extractors. So this is a little different from what you've seen in the past. For the most part, the interior is pretty much unchanged. So you have the leather and suede on the seats here, which is still nice. I think even to this point, with GM doing their interior for 2024 and Ford doing a complete redesign, Ram is still up there in between those two. Like, I think that they still have one of the better interiors. And if you put a Limited in the mix, I still think that the Limited is the best interior. That's just my personal opinion, but I think that they've just done a great job. Now, power mirrors here. Now, something that they do different with this truck is they do allow you to control the convex from the door, so you don't have to use your hand or have your wife do it on that side, whatever. It's all controlled here. Love that they do that. Seat memories, you have your pedal controls. This, however, is manual operated. And if you step inside, you have your 12-inch display. And let's go ahead and put it in a session mode. This one does have the option here for the air suspension. It's called alternate trailer height. I may try to use that in this video. I'm not sure if it'll work, guys. It seems to work better when you're going down the road. So whenever I have the option to get a Ram 3500 in the future, I'll try to get one for you guys. But let me go ahead and plug in my 7-pin to the truck, and let's see if it'll give us any options here. Okay, so you guys see right there it says bed low. I just lowered the bed. On the 3500s, that function does not work well. The way you get there is by going to vehicle. Oops, sorry, I had to go back to controls. And it's right here. So if you go to vehicle down below here, it'll take you basically to this. You'll have your off-road pages, controls, and then of course your settings here. And that's what you have to hit there. So I'm gonna measure. I have my tape measure. We're gonna see if that actually works because I can never seem to notice a difference in the height. So I'm gonna measure today. So going back to settings, you kind of saw what I did. I'm in under the trailer settings here. So you can name your trailer what you like. So I already kind of did it a little bit here. Now I noticed that there's no function here for like the trailer for navigation. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start the truck up actually too. Okay. Because I want to see something here. So you see right here it says blind spot alert. You have conventional, you have gooseneck. So let's just do conventional. So I believe that this will work up to 30 feet for your trailer. So it's already showing up there that it's on there. And let's see if the navigation. Okay, so let's just click here. And do they have any options? Use as starting point, search near here. Let's hit drive. So as I said, I have my trailer hooked up. It knows that the trailer's back there. But this is the only issue I have is like, why doesn't it give me a prompt to show you, hey, how high is your trailer? It's 12 feet high. How long is it? Because I remember Ram saying that they're gonna allow you to do that so you can basically measure your trailer so that way if you're going down a road that has a low bridge, it will divert you from it. That's what I thought they were doing. But again, it doesn't really allow you to measure your trailer. So I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe Ram hasn't quite added it as they say they have. So I don't know. If you go to settings, you can go through all this. I've already done it before. I can't find it. If you go to routing, maybe preferred route, fastest, avoid, you don't really have anything in here that would otherwise, you don't have anything in here that would otherwise show you, hey, this is for the height of your trailer, something that would at least help you, you know, measure it. Because like I said, that would be very helpful for a lot of people. Like, I've been traveling across this country for about a year and a half or something like that. I've had no problems, but I've heard of a lot of people having that issue. So that would be nice if they made that easy, or at least show me how to find it so I could set it up for you. Now, this button down below has alternate trailer height. So in the event that you want the truck to ride at the normal height or level, you can do that. So I'm going to push the button now. So now it's saying lowering to support alternate trailer height. So this is the level ride height for the truck. And of course, if you push it again, it'll basically be the normal ride height. Now here's your trailer brake. You can obviously add the gain here. And it does show up on this screen here. So this is the menu for it. Let me go down one. Here it is. So it's under the trailer tow, which is the 6th menu. And then you can see if you hit the brakes for the truck too, it'll show up on there. And then you see the gain, you can add or subtract from that. And you can see that it shows light electric. And then it shows you the distance that you travel with your trailer. And that's pretty much it. Now let's go ahead and check out the back of the truck here. And then I'm gonna lower the weight down for the trailer so you guys can see some of the squat. And you might be able to see if the trailer lifts back up with this system. Now, if you have older kids or you travel with older adults, this is the truck you absolutely have to get, the Mega Cab. If you're a hot shotter, even better. This truck has so many functions for the second row. So these rear seats do recline. They do provide this handle here. And you recline the seat by pulling this lever here. And there you go. And that's a pretty good recline too. You have cup holders in the center. Armrests right there. You also have 2 right there. Air vents, outboard heated seats, power plug. You have 4 USBs, 2 Type A, 2 Type C. And they do provide a power plug up front. I didn't show it to you guys, but the floor surface is great. The headroom is great back here. And I find that this cab is the most versatile of all time. Now check this out. If you pull the lever up here, let's just say you need to put the seat down and put something like a box here. You have that option. You also have storage back here. So this is, again, the most versatile, you know, cab. And there's great storage behind the seat too. You have those anchors for your kids. You have hooks to hang things like gloves. That rear glass slide. You have more hooks up here. And watch this. When you put the seat back up, it returns to the actual position that it was in. Now, obviously, you can just pull the lever and it'll go back up pretty easily. So you have this function here, right? As you guys saw. Now watch this. You also have this lever here. So if you need to sleep in your truck, look at that. Flat floor surface. 2 people could sleep back here pretty comfortably. I won't say comfortably, pretty comfortably. And of course that seat goes down too. I just wanted to show you the difference in how you can put the seats down basically. But let's go ahead and drop the weight down for the trailer, and then I'm gonna show you guys the payload. So the truck is pretty much riding level now. Like I've said, guys, with the air suspension, this is the most versatile system because you can basically lift the truck back up if you like. And that's what I love about this system. And yeah, you can't even tell that it's really squatting at all. But let's go ahead and measure, because I want to see when I hit alternate trail height, will it lift back up. So unfortunately I have to take my word for it, but it's at 40 and 5/8. I can't keep my tape measure level to the ground with the wind. So yeah, 40 and 5/8. So let's go ahead and start the truck back up. And I'm gonna put the camera under here. Maybe you guys will be able to see something, okay? Now I don't know if you guys could tell under the truck there, but the truck did actually raise. So it was at 40 and 5/8. Now it's at 41 and 1/4. So the system definitely works. It works great under load. I don't find it as really that helpful when it's unloaded, because I find that it doesn't do much of anything really. And we're going to test it out here in a second. Let me go ahead and drop the weight back down and get the truck unhooked here, and we'll measure one last time, then that'll pretty much end this video. One thing that I love that Ram does is it shows you when you are unhooked from your trailer. Love that. And then let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in park. I'm gonna apply the emergency brake, and let's go back to vehicle and controls, and let's do bed. Actually, before I do it, let me go measure. Hold on one second. 42 and 1/4, and let's hit bed lowering. Yeah, see, there's no way it lowered that fast. So it's saying bed low, so I'm gonna go measure. Let's see what happens. And to nobody's surprise, 42 and 1/4, so it didn't lower. And now it could be at the lowest that it could possibly go, but honestly guys, it's not that much difference. The numbers have not changed. I've shown you guys these numbers so many times, but 6,000 gross ax weight up front, 7,000 in the rear, 12.3 is a GVWR, and all-in payload is 3,943 pounds. So this is big payload. This is definitely a fifth wheel truck, as I call it, which means you can tow a fifth wheel with this truck, obviously up to about maybe 14,000 pounds, maybe 15K, but not GVWR. I would say GVWR probably 14.5 max. But depending on how you put your passengers in there, and if you use a fifth wheel hitch and any other gear, it might be less than that. You might have to go a little bit smaller. But guys, special shout out to Larry Miller. If you are to market, this truck's available, guys. And air suspension, high output Cummins, eyes and transmission, this is the one, guys. This is the truck right here.